right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, B'cha HaKodash. Daban is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to speak about the Genius Act that was signed into law by Donald Trump. And I wanted to see what the people had to say about this bill. And, I went to TikTok here. I watched a few clips. And so I just wanted to share these clips with you brothers and sisters so that you can see what the people have to say about this this bill being signed into law and how pretty much this all is going to lead to the MOTB, all right? The MOTB system, which is spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter, starting at verse 15 on down, all right? This is a serious thing, man, all right? What Donald Trump did was major. This is major for the fulfillment of the MOTB. And for so long, you had brothers and sisters out there who scoffed, who mocked, so-called brothers and sisters, okay, who scoffed and mocked at the thought of the CHIP being the mark of the beast for years, okay? But the apostles, the elders, the brothers have stuck to that breakdown, have pushed that, all right, constantly for years, okay, constantly pushed that the MOTB is the CHIP, have shown videos, articles, documentations, saying, look, what they're doing is leading to the fulfillment of the MOTB. And most people scoff. They mocked. Only the true believers took heed, man. All right? It's sad that you got Israelites out here who are still confused about the MOTB, man. It is too late in the game, okay? You got to pray to the Most High, man, and ask him for that clear, ask him for that spiritual clarity. Understand it, man, as it says in the book of James. You got to pray to the Most High for it. Now, ultimately, if you're not of the elect, you ain't going to get it. You ain't going to understand it, ultimately, okay? But ain't nothing wrong with trying. That's what you feel like when you don't try, man. You got to pray to the Most High, ask for that understanding, because it shouldn't be that hard, okay? It should not be that hard, man. If you're paying attention to what's going on in the planet Earth, you can clearly see what they're trying to do. And even the common people out here in the world, some of them, they can see it as well, man. But as the scriptures say, as Yahushua said, the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. Okay? It shouldn't be that way, but it's that way. And so I'm going to play some of these videos here, man, so that you can see what the people are saying about the Genius Act and how they're, how they're trying to also tie it to the scriptures, because they can see it as well. That what Trump is doing is leading to the MOTB. So let's play this first video here. First clip in here. Let's see. Audio is good.
So this Genius Act got passed. You know about it. Let me tell it to you, biblically and politically. What can I liken this to? So there was a nation a long time ago who found themselves in a position to where they wanted to find a leader who would lead them out of the position that they're in, right? A savior type figure, if you will. And so they found someone that they thought would be that. and they followed him, and they found themselves not doing it out of loyalty, but fear. Even when this dude turned violent and paranoid, they still followed out of fear because they're not sure the retribution that would come from that. That'd be King Saul. And then you have a man named Pontius Pilate who knew Jesus in front of him was innocent, but because he was in fear of what the crowds would say or the political backlash, he bent to the will of the political realm instead of doing what he knew to be right by his people. And then there was a country in the 40s called Germany, who an individual came and introduced a set of principles, thoughts, and ideas that almost every official and most anyone who was a judge or anyone of repute did not agree with, but they went along with it. Why? Because they had a desire for self-preservation. Now, when it comes to this Genius Act, what is it really? What is the bottom line? Well, it gives Trump an exorbitant amount of power. It empowers him to be able to fire civil servants pretty much with no trouble at all, right? So under the traditional protections that used to keep them safe, the merit-based civil service system, that's gone. Now it's so easy to fire or reassign anybody if they think you're disloyal, inefficient, or ideologically incompatible with what they think. So this is really, really wild, isn't it? Because now this creates the Doge program as a real branch of the government. It overrides collective bargaining and tenure rules, which means that now union protections are gone. And they did challenge this, but if you remember in June, they lost that in a 5-4 decision from the Supreme Court, right? Now they've instituted overall that what they call loyalty protocols. So they will use loyalty screening tools using things like social media, your pronoun usage, political associations to determine if they're going to hire and or fire you, right? So what they said is this is now a part of an effort to purge what they're calling the deep state. I don't see how that works, but why is it called the Genius Act, right? Because the name alone is branding. It sells the law as a move towards more efficiency, accountability, and national integrity. But critics say it's really about centralizing power in the executive branch and instilling an ideological loyalty over competence, saying that if you are loyal, no matter if you suck at your job, you're going to be okay. But if you're not loyal and you excel at your job, you're probably going to be gone. So this nails a nonpartisan civil service system is what it really does, right? Now, there's a lot of critics, including former federal employees, watchdog groups, and a lot of Republicans. And what they say in more than the Genius Act really is undermining democratic checks and balances, that it's turning the civil service into a political loyalty test, if you will. And it's setting a dangerous precedent for future presidents. Because what if you get a real gem in office who wants to do some really insane stuff? Wow, that'd be different, wouldn't it? Now, what's likely happening here is that many in Congress and the Senate and the federal agencies all appear to be backing Trump's policies, not because they really agree or fully agree, but because they fear being targeted, or when the primaries come, that the MAGA-aligned challengers will just run right over them, right? They fear losing influence and funding and committee seats, and they don't want to be publicly shamed and or doxxed because they've saw what happened to the people that do that, okay? So this is not true loyalty, but this is self-preservation, as I said earlier, masquerading as allegiance. So listen, why is this so dangerous? It's dangerous because when fear replaces conviction, you'll have truth that becomes relative, silence becomes survival, corruption that gets normalized, and you'll have courage that becomes rare. And what you end up with is a government that's more about.
Okay, he's saying a bunch of nothing really. I didn't get a chance to watch his video. You know, I was curious to see what he was going to say. He's saying a bunch of nothing. Here we go.
Did you know that while everyone has been focused on the Jeffrey Epstein files, the United States just quietly passed a bill that legalizes and legitimizes digital dollars? In the last couple of days, Donald Trump just signed the Genius Act. But in order for you to understand what the Genius Act does, you have to understand some background information first. Have you ever heard words like Ethereum, stablecoins, and staking? I know you're going to want to immediately tune out, but please hang in there. Ethereum is a decentralized open source blockchain platform. It's a place where you can create decentralized apps, and it facilitates the creation of smart contracts. Think of it as kind of like the internet. You can run all of your apps on the internet. You can use the internet to create things, except this is for money. And the money, or cryptocurrency, that's used to facilitate operations and transactions on the platform is called Ether, also known as ETH. Next, you have to understand what staking is. Different blockchains' network operations are supported in different ways, typically two different ways, proof of work and proof of stake. And Ethereum works on a proof of stake model, which essentially means instead of computers solving complex problems, people lock up some of their ETH in order to keep the systems working. And last, you need to understand what stablecoins are. Stablecoins are designed to minimize price volatility in certain cryptocurrencies. The goal is to maintain a stable value relative to a specific asset. In this case, we're talking about the United States dollar. So a stable coin is going to be pegged or compared to the value of the US dollar. So whatever the US dollar does, the stable coin will do in terms of value. Now we can talk about the Genius Act. And the Genius Act does 5 different things. 1, only approved banks can issue stable coins. 2, they have to be backed 1-to-1 by US dollars or treasury bills. 3, they have to offer daily audits and allow you to redeem for real cash. 4, big players get audited by the Fed. And 5, they're not considered securities, so it's way easier for companies to adopt them. Because of this act, in theory, you could pay your rent, tip your Uber driver, or transfer money to a family member with no fees instantly. You wouldn't need a bank account. All you'd need is your phone. It would give other people in undeveloped countries access to the US dollar. It could very well make Ethereum the backbone of finance. It opens the door to Ethereum ETFs with staking rewards, hello passive income. Ultimately, you may not care about cryptocurrency and you might even think it's a scam, but it just became legal tender whether you like it or not. And it's not coming, it's already here. What do you think? Do you think this act is genius? Follow for more and let me know if you have any questions. Did you know that while everyone has
All
been
right.
focused?
So, while she was talking here, I was looking at this comment here from Gold Venison. It says federally backed digital currency will allow seizure of all assets instantaneously for any reason deemed necessary. The overreach will far exceed the abilities of traditional money digital bank. The death of physical money is despair for the working class. Also, in 7 to 10 years, we'll reach 2 degrees Celsius average global temperature increase, and climate change will reach self-amplification. The point I wanted to point out here is that with these digital currencies, man, okay, it's going to give the government, these companies, whoever, ultimately the government, because that's who's pushing it, these stable coins, man, it's going to give them immense power and control over your day-to-day spending and buying, okay, selling, all that, okay. Trump is pushing this stable coin, trying to make it sound good, trying to make it sound better than the CBDC. In a nutshell, it's a CBDC, bro. It's a CBDC, bro. And when they push this thing out, all right, it may have certain benefits to it, you know, to draw people to it, man. It's a trap, ultimately. All of this is a trap, man. These devils are coming. Life as we know it is about to change drastically. The best we could do is have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? Because this road about to get bumpy of faith. The trials about to increase. This is serious, man. This is serious, bro. And I pray you brothers and sisters out there are taking this thing serious, man. Understand the gravity of this truth, because life is about to change. Our comforts are about to be attacked, right? The comforts that we have are about to be attacked, man. You coming home, just laying in bed and, you know, nice AC, refrigerator full of food and, you know, everything that you like, the TV, all these comforts, man, are about to be compromised when this thing go digital, okay? Because it's going to go digital and it's going to get real, all right? Here we go. Our next clip here.
I also remain fully committed to my pledge never to allow the creation of a central bank digital currency in America. It won't happen.
So I saw that clip on my Twitter timeline. I'm like, thumbs up, hell yeah. I'm flapping my wings like a bird because I'm like, we're free from the central bank digital currency. This is an actual win. And then a few moments later, I see the clip from his buddy, David Sachs. And this is what he said. Take a listen.
And now today, you have another historic legislative achievement that is a monumental step to fulfilling your promise to making the United States the crypto capital of the world. This Genius Act will unlock American dominance in the crypto industry by creating clear rules of the road. It will update archaic payment rails with a revolutionary new payment system. And it will extend U.S. dollar dominance, like you said, globally by creating a digital dollar that people all over the world can use.
Do you guys hear that? One more time.
It will extend U.S. dollar dominance, like you said, globally by creating a digital dollar that people all over the world can use.
So to me, that sounds like the same thing, just a different label. Instead of a central bank digital currency, oh, no, you're not getting that. You're just getting a digital dollar. Anyways, I was curious, so I went to ChatGPT and I asked it, I said, how exactly will our lives change with this new Genius Law passed and a digital dollar? And this is what it said. It said you'll still use dollars, but digitally. It said you won't stop spending money, but you'll slowly stop spending physical cash. It'll be fast, cheap, and convenient, but behind.
Right. And when they get you to stop spending and using physical cash, okay, because when you got physical cash, you have some autonomy, all right, to do what you want, buy what you want, all right? You can do side jobs, side hustles, pay people under the table with physical cash. But when there's no physical cash and it's government-backed money that's given to you, your economic autonomy, your financial autonomy is out the window, okay? It's out the window. Programmable currency is coming to the society. This is going to mess with a lot of people, man. Okay? Especially these Americans who think they're free, to do as they please. Donald Trump set you niggas up for the okie dokie. Hey, man, Trump set you niggas up for the okie dokie, man. Your spending power is about to be gone. Okay? But as he's going into, all right, this is ChatGPT, saying that, hey, look, this digital currency, all right, is coming, and your life is going to change in so many words, right?
Behind the scenes, every transaction will be logged, traceable, and potentially programmable, which sounds terrible. It says that pilot programs will start quietly. You might start getting offers like claim your $500 digital rebate, faster tax refunds.
Right. They're going to suck you in, right, by giving you offers, offering you things. $500? Shit, Jake going to take that. Jake going to take them $500, bro. Shit, Jake will take $50. $500, Jake will take $50. Let alone $500 in digital dollars. Come on, man. Come on, man. These devils already got the system, bro. We saw doing the C19. Okay, we saw doing the C19 what Esau was doing to get Jake to come and take the Coca-Cola thing, man. Offering them chicken nuggets, donuts, cheeseburgers. Come and get this cheeseburger, nigga. And take this juice, right? This is how they were talking to the people, man. And Jake went and did it, bro. Jake went and got them chicken nuggets, bro. And let Esau put their juice in them. And a lot of Jakes went to the spirit realm. All behind some chicken nuggets and a cheeseburger, man. How much more $500? Jake can use $500. Most Jakes can use $500, dog. So what you think Jake gonna do? Jake gonna get down with this system, bro. And look, Esau gonna make it sweet. Okay, he gonna give him the liberty, to go and to spend and to, give it to him every month to get him hooked on it, man. And from there on out, they're gonna be down with whatever this devil got. Okay, it's all bait. It's all bait, man. But people ain't gonna see it like they're gonna, man, look, bro, I need these 500, bro. I need them. Okay. Oh man, this is crazy. But this is where we're headed.
If you sign up for your federal wallet, and it will feel like a reward, but it's bait to get you into the system early. I'm sure my audience will enjoy this one. We'll be nudged towards a digital ID. And to use the digital dollar long term, you'll likely need the KYC verification, your social security number, and possibly even biometrics, face scan, and fingerprint. And eventually the wallet will equal your ID. And once you're...
Bro, is this not what they've been planning at the WEF? If you've been watching, okay, I always talk about the Sustainable Development Goals, okay? The Sustainable Development Goals. Look, man, if you can't see, okay, that these devils are pushing this agenda, I don't know what to tell you, brother. But this is what's happening. A global digital compact is happening. Keep in mind, back in September of last year, all nations agreed to this compact. They all agreed to it, man. We saw it. We saw it, bro. Matter of fact, right here it's telling you, it says, the Global Digital Compact is a comprehensive global framework for digital cooperation and governance of artificial intelligence, AI governance. 20 years after the World Summit on the Information Society, it charts a roadmap for global digital cooperation to harness the immense potential of digital technology and close digital divides. On the 22nd September 2024, world leaders convened in New York for the Summit of the Future, where they adopted a pact for the future that includes a global digital compact. We watched the Summit of the Future, man. Brothers did hella videos on it. Okay, I know I did. I did hella videos on it. Okay? Because I understand the importance of all these nations, okay, coming along, and they are agreeing to this global digital compact. And what we see being pushed by Babylon the Great, by other nations. Digital IDs, CBDCs, or stablecoin is the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing, man. If you can't see this stuff, you're blind. You're blind, man. But they've been talking about this. They've been pushing this stuff. Okay? They've been pushing this stuff, man. And we've been talking about it for a long time. And now we're seeing it. Okay? Now we're seeing it, man. It's playing out right here before our eyes, bro. It's playing out right before our eyes, bro. And people, people just, going along about their lives, da 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 da, like their world isn't about to be changed. Their reality isn't about to be changed. It's happening. Okay, digital public infrastructure. What's that? Stargate. That's Stargate, man. In his policy brief of a global digital compact, an open, free, and secure digital future for all, the UN Secretary General calls for common framework and standards on digital public infrastructure. This call reflects the growing interest in investments in DPI and the risks associated with society-wide digital systems. In other words, they're building the infrastructure to set up these things, man. Okay? If you haven't read through this, I highly suggest you go through this page, man. Watch the videos. Read the information. Okay? Those SDGs, right? Sustainable Development Goals. If you haven't read them, read them. Okay? If you haven't read them, read them, man. 17 SDG. Why this thing acting like that? But it's cool. It's cool. But these devils got it. They got access to this. So they can know exactly who you are. Okay, they're going to know exactly who you are and be able to trace and track you. That's the whole point of it, man. Okay, to be able to trace and track your behind, right? Here we go.
Once you're in, opting out becomes harder. Thumbs up. Next one, it says your money could be smart. Programmable money means that your funds could expire if not spent by a deadline. It could be restricted to certain merchants, items, or regions, or be frozen or limited based on government decisions or...
Right. And that's the creepy part. Okay? That your money can expire, man, if not spent by a deadline. E.g., UBI. What's that? Universal Basic Income. I did a lesson about that earlier today. They speak about how these companies are going to pretty much, look, bro, they're going to replace their workers with AI. It's going to cause mass unemployment. And what did Elon Musk say? Sam Altman say? UBI. To give unto the people, man. And they're going to give it unto you in the form of digital currencies, man. Programmable money. Okay? You're going to have a deadline to spend your money, bro, for the month out. Then you can be restricted because it's programmable, so they can restrict you from buying certain merchants, items. Okay? Hey, look, you bought too much meat this month. You can't buy no more meat. Oh, you bought too much of this. Oh, you went there. You couldn't go there. Certain items, you try to scan, can't get them. Okay? Then it says be frozen or limited based on government decisions or flags. Brother. Hey, man. If you're a brother in the faith, man, okay, you can get ready, man. All right, brother? You can get ready, man. This is going to be a part of our trial, okay? You preaching on the highways and byways, making these videos, they're going to know who you are. Your face on the video. They know exactly who you are, bro. They know who I am. They're going to know. Trust and believe you're going to meet restrictions, possibly denied access to certain things. You got to be prepared for that. But nevertheless, put your faith in the Lord, man. That's where it's at. Putting your faith in your HOUSTON-EVANGELIST, man, because it's going to get bumpy, bro. It's going to be trying, brothers. It's going to be trying, man. Okay? Brothers got kids. Brothers got families. It's going to be real. This is why you got to pray to the Lord, man. Take this thing serious, brother, because we're going to need some divine intervention. The Lord already promised to feed us, to clothe us, to give us water, man. How he going to do it, we don't know. But he promised it, and our faith got to be in that, brother. Because other than that, you're going to have to bow down and take the MOTB. You don't want to do that, okay? You don't want to do that. Here we go.
Flags. So to me, that kind of sounds like if you get on their bad side, they could just freeze our funds. Yeah. Think if you keep questioning about the Epstein files, your account's going to get frozen. If you keep, questioning why we send all this money to our greatest ally while we have a bunch of issues here at home, your funds will be frozen. Sounds great, doesn't it? Next one, it says surveillance will be built in. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Anything digital they can basically see and flag you and watch what you're doing and spending on at all times. So good. Here we go. I'm sure my audience is going to absolutely love this one. And that is that they will have more control over us during emergencies. And think Palantir, they're going to have all our data. They're going to know if we're vaccinated, all this BS. And then they'll be able to say, oh, it's an emergency. There's a new pandemic. You got to stay home to stay safe. Hey, what do you think you're doing? We know that you're not vaccinated. Well, you're supposed to stay home and stay safe. And we see that you're trying to go to that bar, that movie theater, hang out with your friends. You're in danger. You're putting them at risk. Before, they couldn't really do much about it because you just use cash. Now it's all digital, what they're trying to do. So they'll just be able to shut your account down and you'll be screwed. And this is how it finished. It said, bottom line, this is what the Genius Act sets the foundation for: a compliant, traceable, and eventually programmable dollar rolled out by private actors just strictly to avoid the CBDC label. With government back-end control, it won't look like tyranny at first. It will look like innovation, safety, and convenience. But over time, it becomes a soft prison that you can't escape without being flagged. Anyways, guys, who cares about all that? Because the good news is at least it's not a central bank digital currency. It's a digital dollar, which does the same thing. And we're still controlled and there's still psychopaths, but it's a different name, a different brand. So everything's great. Thanks, Trump, for banning CBDCs. Awesome.
Right. So he did a great response to the Genius Act, man. We knew it was coming eventually. Okay, we spoke about it. Been speaking about it for years. Hey, man, this stuff is here, bro. Okay, it's here. Buckle up. Matter of fact, you should already be buckled up. But if not, buckle up, man. Society is about to change. Life about to change. So I'm going to get this precept here and I'm going to close out. This is Habakkuk 2 in the LT Bible. It says, I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard posts. There I will wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that the runner can carry the correct message to others. And that's the job of the prophets, is to carry the correct message to others, man. All right? Give them the good news. Tell them the right things about these scriptures, man. Okay? A lot of Israelites are not doing that. They're perverting the gospel, teaching all kind of madness. Okay? You got to carry the right message, man. If not, you're going to confuse the people. It says, this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. You see that? Well, this MOTB, okay, World War III, all these things describe the end of Esau's world, okay? And it will be fulfilled. It says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And this is where we're at, man, okay? The Most High is showing us what we need to see. It's on us to take heed to it. It's on us to repent, to do the right things, man, because things are going to get bumpy, bro. It's going to be trying. But hey, it is what it is, bro. Nobody should expect this transition of kingdoms to be an easy one. It won't, right? Destruction is coming. Hell is coming, man. Shalom.